Hey Amir, happy fight week.
Hi, thank you, thank you.
And this is an interesting one because you had a near catastrophic, maybe even career-ending injury that you came back from, didn't have a fight that you loved against Moreno, and now you get another chance. So before I ask you about this fight, that Moreno fight, do you feel like that injury had something to do with that? Do you maybe had like some ring rust or anything that you overcame for this coming fight?
I don't know if it was ring rust, but I definitely think I underperformed that fight, and I never got to show the real Amir Albazi, the original Amir Albazi. So I'm happy to be here to, like, finally be able to show people that this is the real Amir Albazi. This is the problem in the division. So I can't wait to show you guys on Saturday.
And you specifically said you want to be a bully in there. You want to go out there and really show your force. So what does that look like? What does it look like when Amir Albazi is a bully in the octagon?
I always been a bully whenever I go into the cage. I'm a nice guy outside, but whenever I go to the cage, I'm looking to damage people. I'm looking to bring violence. I'm looking to make violence nice again, you know? So I always bring that to the table, and I feel like that was lacking in the Moreno fight.
And you've been keeping busy with some grappling events since your last fight. Is that something you plan to implement? Is this maybe a more grappling-heavy approach?
It's going to be everything, but I'm definitely going to go back to my roots. I'm going to do, even outside of competition, I'm going to try to compete as much as I can.
And Horiguchi's been around for a long time. You even said that you watched him fight Mighty Mouse back in the day. You were a fan. So speak on that, about his longevity and how he's able to keep fighting at this level.
He's been around for a long, long time, so it would be weird for me to miss who Horiguchi is. I'm a real fan of the sport, so I know kind of everyone in my weight class. So he's been around. He's a veteran, but like I said in the past interviews too, I idolize him. I don't put him on a pedestal. In the end of the day, I also have 2 arms, 2 legs, you know. We both bleed, so we're going to see.
And a story that you've told before, and I don't know how many people have seen it, but one that I feel like people deserve to hear is kind of your upbringing and start to MMA. You said that you went to Sweden, you faced some bullying, you saw a certain UFC fighter on TV, and this all kind of just inspired you to where you are today. So just in front of this big audience at UFC Media Day, can you retell that a little bit?
Yeah, so I moved from Iraq to Sweden, and coming to a new country, moving to different places, living in rough places, I got into a lot of fights, like both in school, outside school. So I kind of enjoyed it. A lot of people say I kind of enjoyed it. I liked beating up people. I didn't like to get beaten up. And one day I saw UFC by coincidence on TV. And I figured, okay, I need to learn this shit to learn how to protect myself. You know, that maybe helped me. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah, so you were set to fight, Tyra last August, and obviously that fight didn't come to fruition because you weren't cleared. Was that like lack of, or did they not clear you? Was that related to the neck injury or the neck surgery?
No, it wasn't related to the neck injury. It was related to something else that I'd rather not disclose. But it just sucked that I had so many surgeries. I had a surgery after Kaikara France. I had a heart surgery. And then before when I was booked against Moreno, I had a neck surgery. And then finally coming back to start competing again, waiting for a long time for a matchup. And then I don't get medically cleared against Tyra. So in the end of the day, that's all behind me. All I'm focusing on, I'm happy to be back in Vegas, happy to be sitting here. And I'm more than excited to be able to make it to Saturday and fight another man.
What prompted that move to Dubai, to taking your camp over to Dubai? What caused that?
I was already thinking about making some changes. There was some stuff I wasn't happy with. Some things I wanted to bring back, like I said, go back to my roots and bring out the original style of Amir Albazi. And I found Coach Ozzy down there in Dubai, and I'm training at Atrius Training Center down there. We have a good little crew, a tight team. So I'm very happy with the changes I've made.
You prefer smaller teams?
Yes, I definitely prefer smaller teams. I came from a small team. That's how I kind of used to prepare for fights. And I try the big teams too. They have their pros too, but they also have their cons. But I think for me, a smaller team would make more sense.
All right, just briefly, would you like to explain to everybody here why Iraqi kebabs are the best?
Man, you have to try Iraqi food. Once you try Iraqi food, you can't go back. After this fight, anyone who wants some Iraqi kebab, maybe I'll give it to Horiguchi.
Oh, hey, that'd be fun. All right, you gonna open a restaurant any day?
No, I think I prefer fighting and eating. That's a lot easier.
All right, good luck.
How frustrating has it been only fighting basically once a year since you've been in here, and not finding that consistent twice a year, like you said you wanted to fight two times or 3 times a year?
Yeah, it's been very hard, but it's also been out of my control. I haven't really, anyone who trained with me, any coach, teammates can vouch that I train very hard. I always put in as much time as I can, and I very rarely have even an off season. So, but that's also been my Achilles heel in the same time. So now I found a team, a coach that understands me too. My preparation is different. How I do things are different. So I hope you're gonna see me way more often. Definitely.
Do you think it's you were training so hard, which was causing injuries, which then would not
Correct.
let you fight?
Correct. But it's always more fun to fight and get paid than just, leave it all out in the gym.
What are your thoughts on the division as a whole right now? Obviously, Joshua Van's the champion, won it off a weird injury. Just kind of your thoughts on the division, and do you believe that Manel Kopp should be next?
So the division been changing a lot, especially when you get such a long layoff and to fight again. Now it looks very different than when I fought against Moreno. But to be honest with you, I don't focus much on that. I focus on myself and myself only. My only focus has been Horiguchi on Saturday, and that's it. After that fight, we can look into other options. But right now, Horiguchi is the only guy on my mind.
What does a win over Horiguchi do for you for your career, and I guess just for your 2026?
I expect more than just a win. I'm looking to go out there and put my name in the mix, and the only way I do that is to go in there and get a finish. That's the only way. I'm not looking to go a decision or anything like that. I'm there to get a finish.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Horiguchi, when I asked him what he thought about your grappling and your overall skills, thought you were a very complete fighter, thought you had good hands. What are your thoughts on him? Obviously, you've seen lots of film and tape on him, but where do you find him the most dangerous, and what are the kind of things that you need to focus on when the fight initially starts?
He's also a complete fighter. He's all around in all areas of MMA, and he's quick. He's fast, But I have my own ways to deal with that. I have my own strategy. It's gonna be a good fight. I hope people tune in. It's gonna be some fireworks.
Yeah, and just looking up ahead, granted you want to get through this fight. This fight's the most important one. Are there some rematches and things that are immediately on your mind? Would you like to get that fight back with Moreno?
Of course, that's always as any fighter that, we do this for a living. It's always nice to get one back. But right now, it's not the thing I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Horiguchi. After this fight, we can see where the division is and what happens next.
Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you. But just to follow up on that, with Horiguchi just being in the game for so long, is this someone that you maybe studied, liked, admired, or just acknowledged and said, one day we're probably going to cross paths? Has he been on your radar before, or are you surprised at all you're meeting him?
No, he's been around for a long time, but I also been around for a long time. I started training when I was 13 years old. I'm almost done this fight game for 20 years, so it's nothing that I see, okay, yeah, he's been in the limelight for a longer time than me, so that's what I see. But it's nothing that I haven't seen before. It's nothing I can't deal with. So you guys gonna find out on Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to see that, and it's definitely going to be a high-level match. Once we saw that on the card, you knew you're going to get your money's worth for this one. As far as the training and preparation goes, is there anything good that feels to come back home? Because we've seen you fight at the Apex. Does that at least give you a little bit of a comfort to where you have, maybe we'll call it the hometown advantage, to where you've been here before and you know what it's like to be in there?
Yeah, I've been here. I lived here for 2 years. I've been fighting in the Apex several times. I know how everything looks. I know how everything goes. I know how the back looks. I know exactly how we're gonna walk out. So of course that gives you some comfort.
Absolutely. Let me just circle back to the Moreno fight. We don't always get to talk to both sides of a match. What was the biggest takeaway from that, or something that you could share in that learning experience? Because you're a student of the game, and there's no way you didn't take something from that fight.
Yeah, I definitely took a lot from that fight, and the main thing is to not overthink things and just let Amir Albazi fight. You know, let my body just go and fight and do what I do best, and trust that that's gonna carry me to a win. That's always been the case. And in that fight, it was too much being hesitant and overthinking. I don't know if it's the time off or other factors, but that's the main thing that I feel like went wrong in that fight.
Yes, sir, just to let loose. And you touched on something very important that I just want to acknowledge you for. George St. Pierre said a lot of fighters have lost their careers in the training room, in preparation. So that's great for you to kind of take a step back and say, let me not train so hard. That way I could have a longer career and give the fans fights that they can watch instead of some stuff we'll never even see because it was in the training room.
Yeah, I don't get paid for training room rounds, to be honest. I want to do them for preparation and preparation only. I want to put my best rounds here, like in front of the fans. That's why I enjoy. I love when I hear the fans kind of like cheer and roar. That's like the best feeling ever, and that's why I started fighting. So hopefully you're going to see me more in the UFC cage, and hopefully next time in front of a big audience. You know, that would be lovely.
Yes, sir. I hope you get that for 2026, the big arenas. But in the meantime, best of luck on Saturday with this new version of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Speaking on that, the Apex is going to be configured a little bit different. There should be more seats. So you have experience of what it's like before. Are you excited to see what the newer version is going to be?
Yeah, but to be honest with you, it's nothing I think about. In the end of the day, when I go into the cage, I'm looking to fight Horiguchi. I'm not thinking if it's 50 people in the crowd or 200 people in the crowd. Like, that doesn't change it for me.
Because we often see here that fighters say the crowd riles them up, or I fight harder when I hear the crowd cheering me on. But for you, you're so focused, it doesn't matter. You could be in an empty room for all it seems.
I think if it requires the crowd for you to get going, you may be doing it for the wrong reason. I'm going to go 100% anyways if there's no one in the room or if it's a packed arena with thousands. So that doesn't change it for me.
I love it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.